This is just a trial of me making an attempt to make a book review of all the books that I have right now. So let's take the easy one. With me here, I have a book from The Midnight Library. I think everyone loves this book. It was very hype during COVID-19, and one of my friends has suggested me this book, and I wasn't ready to read the books as it was not a typical motivational book that I like to read. It's more like a self-help book, but this one is just a story, a fiction story, and I wasn't really interested in it. But then, like after 1 year, I start to read this. I start to buy this book, and I start to read it, and it just really opens up my mind that actually fictional books is really amazing. And I think here I've also marked some pages that I find it's amazing. Let's read it. So I did mark on these pages. I doubt it. He doesn't want anything to do with me these days. He has his own life, and he blames me that it's unfulfilled. So, this is all about your brother? No, it's about everything. It seems impossible to live without hurting people. That's because it is. So why live at all? Well, in fairness, dying hurts people too. Now, what life do you want to choose next? I don't want. What? I don't want another book. I don't want another life. So Mrs. M's face went pale, like it had done all those years ago when she's got the call about Nora's death. So Nora felt a trembling beneath her feet, a mighty earthquake. She and Mrs. M held onto the shelves as book fell to the floor. The light flickers and it went dark completely. The chessboard and table tipped over. Oh no, said Mrs. M. Not again. And then Nora said, what's the matter? You know what's the matter is. This whole place exists because of you, Nora. You are the power source. When there is a severe disruption in that power source, the library is in jeopardy. It's you, Nora. You are giving up the worst possible moment. You can't give up, Nora. You have more to offer, more opportunities to have. There are so many versions of you out there. Remember how you felt after the polar bear. Remember how much you wanted life. The polar bear. Even this bad experience of serving a purpose, don't you see? She saw the regrets she had been living most of her life for wasted ones. So this was my favorite pages. So I just concluded that Nora has a power to make a choice in whatever part of library, whatever part of the book she wants to be in. There always have something that hurts her, but it's always her that can make strength out of this. Okay. Well, my first attempt of reflecting on the pages wasn't the best, but I tried to make it work. So this was the second pages that I marked. There are some books that I mark a lot, so imagine how long the video will be. Okay, let's get to it. That means there are still many possible lives out there for you as there ever were. An infinite number, in fact. You can never run out of possibilities. But you can run out of wanting them. Oh, Nora, oh what? There was a pause in the darkness. Nora pressed the small icon on watch just to check. 0000. I think Mrs. M said eventually, if I may say so without being rude, I think you might have lost your way a little bit. came to the midnight library in the first place because I had lost my way? Well, yes, but now you are lost within your lostness, which is to say, very lost indeed. You are not going to find a way you want to live like this. What if there was never a way? What if I am trapped? So long as there are still books on the shelves, you are never trapped. Every book is a potential escape. I just don't understand life, sobbed Nora. You don't have to understand life. You just have to live it. So Nora shook her head. This was a bit too much for a philosophy graduate to take. But I don't want to be like this, Nora told her. I don't want to be like Hugo. I don't want to keep flicking between lives forever. Alright, then you need to listen carefully to me. Now, do you want my advice or don't you? Well, yeah, of course. It feels a little late, but yes, Mrs. M. I will be very grateful for your advice on this. Right. Well, I think you have reached a point where you can't see the wood for the trees. I'm not quite sure what you mean. You are right. Think of these lives like a piano where you are playing tunes that aren't really you. You are forgetting who you are, in becoming everyone you are, becoming no one. You are forgetting your root life. You are forgetting what worked for you and what didn't. You are forgetting your regrets. I've been through my regrets. No, not all of them. Well, not every single minor one, no, obviously. You need to look at the book of regrets again. How can I do that in a page talk? Because you already know the whole book. Because it's inside you, just as I am. That was very interesting. Actually, I just read to the second page because it was just exciting to hear the big argument between Mrs. M and Nora. And so I've also marked the last pages of the book. I hope you enjoy it. I think with the storm right now, it was really dark before the storm came. So I don't know. Is it a sign? I like to think that it was a sign from the nature, from the world, the universe. Okay, let's get to the last pages. I know you guys find it interesting, so I'm gonna read it for you. Plus with the background noise from the storm and the rain. I hope that it's not stress you out, but here you go. So Nora shrugged. Sibling intuition at him. Follow him, DM him, whatever you have to do. Well, no unsolicited nude pics, but he's the one. I'm telling you, he's the one. But how did you know it was him? She took her brother by the arm and knew there was no explanation she could possibly give. Listen to me, Joe, she remembered. The anti-philosophy of Mrs. M, the Midnight Library. You don't have to understand life. You just have to live it. As her brother headed towards the door of a 33A Bancroft Avenue, so Nora looked around at all the terrace house and all the lampposts and trees under the sky, and she felt her lungs inflated, the wonder of being there, witnessing it all as if for the first time. Maybe in one of those houses was another Slider, someone on their third or 17 or final version of themselves. She would look out for them. She looked at number 31. Through his window, Mr. Banerjee's face so lit up as he saw Nora safe and sound. He smiled and mouthed a thank you as if simply her act of living was something he should be grateful for. Tomorrow, she would find some money and go to the garden center and buy him a plant for his flower bed. Foxgloves, maybe. She was such like a foxgloves. No. She called back, blowing him a friendly kiss. Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. Thank you for everything. And he smiled, brother, and his eyes were full of kindness and concern. And Nora remembered what it was to care and be cared for. She followed her brother inside her flat to start tidying up, catching a glimpse of the clusters of irises in Mr. Banerjee's garden as she went. So flowers she hadn't appreciated before, but which now mesmerized her with the most exquisite purple she had ever seen. as though the flowers were just colors, but part of a language notes in a glorious floral melody, as powerful as Chopin, silently communicating the breathtaking majesty of life itself. Therefore, the sharing from the Book of the Midnight Library, so by Matt Haig, I really suggesting you to read it if you ever wanted to find a way about life, and also quite chill to read this kind of fictional books if some of you who never read fictional books. So I would really recommend it, as it has a lot of peak how to say, the big stories and argument in between of the storylines. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy your day. Probably you also stole me right now, or whatever weather are you in right now. So have a nice day. Bye.